And I'm here. Hi guys, it's me, Megrant4, also known as Sean, and I'm going to be doing a series on how to play Minecraft. Yes, okay, so let's get started. Let's go in. So when you first start up Minecraft, you'll end up on this screen. Right now I'm playing Minecraft 1.2.4, that's the version I'm playing. And yes, so let's start off with going through each tab individually. So let's start off with single player. So here you have your world selection. So when you start, you'll have absolutely no worlds here. So I tried to create this video so many times and it just won't work, so I'm just going to delete that world again. Okay, so you have two options. You'll have two options: create new world or cancel. You can go create new world and I'll get into more detail that later. Or you can go to multiplayer. So here is multiplayer. So you can add a server, name the server, so I can do like Sean's server, and then you can the IP, which is normally going to be like something like that, but that's not actually a server. So as you can see, it's polling, and it can't resolve hostname. Okay, so we have join server, direct connect. I've never used that. Oh, so here you can just directly connect to a server and you don't have to add it. Cool. Okay, you can join the server. Obviously, I can't join that one. You can edit it, so change name or IP, or you can just delete it, which I will do. And refresh, but there's no point. Here we have texture packs. This is the default texture pack. If you click open texture pack here, you can't see anything for me, but for you, but that's where you can place your texture packs. Okay, here you have your options, so I'll get into more detail about these in-game. Here you have language selection, so you can choose any language you want, and, well, whatever language you speak or read, or you can quit the game. So let's start off with single player. We're going to go create new world, and we're going to name this world. We're going to name this how to play Minecraft. Okay, you have 3 game modes: survival, search for resources, crafting, gain levels, health and hunger. Hardcore, same as survival mode, locked as hardest difficulty and 1 life, so once you die it deletes the world. And creative, unlimited resources, free flying, and destroy blocks instantly. So that's pretty fun. So I'm just going to go survival because I find that that is the funnest, well, the most fun game mode there is. Now if we go to more world options, we have the seeds. So seeds for world is you type something in like Sean is the best, and everyone who types in this seed will get pretty much the exact same world. So it's a handy tip if you want to play with your friends on the same world but you can't play multiplayer. So he generates structures on and off. On, it creates villages, dungeons, everything like that, etc. Or off, it doesn't create any of that. I prefer on because off is just boring. World type, you have 2. You got default and super flat. Super flat is a super flat world where mobs and stuff spawn, but it's really boring. And default is like you got hills and mountains and dungeons and everything. So default's my favorite. Okay, so let's click done and let's go create new world. Now I'm making this let's play for people who just got Minecraft and they don't know how to play. So if you don't know how to play, join me. Okay, now that I've spawned, I'm going to go escape straight away, and here we have all these options. I'm going to go to options, and here you have music and sound. Now my music and sound are turned off because every time I try to turn them on, my game crashed, so it's really annoying, but that's just how it is. So you got invert mouse right here. I prefer off because I can't do the whole invert mouse thing. You got sensitivity right here for the mouse, so I like it at 101. You got FOV, which stands for field of view. Here in the background you can see me zooming in and stuff. I prefer just on around 70 or 72. Okay, now here on video settings, we're going to go to video settings, graphics, fancy, and fast. So this is what your 2 render distance and graphics will be when you first start off. Now if you don't have a good enough computer to run Minecraft very well, I suggest setting graphics to fast and render distance to tiny, but because my computer's built for speed, I like to have it at normal. Now you got smooth lighting, which is on which will normally be on, I like to turn it off just for recording purposes because it lags my game a tiny whiny bit, but it just makes shadows look that little bit better. Performance, it'll be set to balance when you start. I like to go max FPS, and FPS, for those who do not know, stands for frames per second, and it just makes the game look better, and low FPS is what people call lag, pretty much. Now 3D, I prefer off, because unless you have 3D glasses, but it still looks really annoying. Okay, view bobbing, so when you're walking, your head bobs a little bit. I prefer off because it really annoys me. The GUI scale, so mine's set to large. You have auto, small, and normal. I prefer large just because that's how it goes. Advanced OpenGL, I'm not really sure what this does, but I like to have off because I just don't know what it does. Brightness, yours will be set to movie. I prefer setting it to bright so I can see at night. Clouds are off and on. I prefer on, but if you don't have a good computer, I suggest setting it to off. Particles, I like minimal because all particles, it's really annoying me, and particles are like little specks in water, and I'll get into more detail once we see them. So I like to set it on minimal. We're going to go done. Controls, you have all your different controls here, so you can change these at will, so I can make that F, but I don't. S is good for me, and these are all my controls. I'm going to go done. Languages, I already showed you these, so it's all good. Let's go done. Let's go back to game. So the very first thing you're going to need in this new Minecraft world of yours is wood. So what you do is you look around, and I use W to move forwards, and here we have, I spawned on top of the trees, so I'm going to get some wood. So all you do is hold left mouse button to break blocks. So here I'm just going to break some leaves. Now you don't collect anything from leaves. Sometimes they drop saplings or apple, and yes, unless you're using shears, which I'll get into that later. So right now we have a piece of wood. All you do is simply hold left mouse button to start breaking it. So here I've collected a piece of wood. So here I can move it around in my inventory. All you have to do is left click to pick it up, and I'll show you some more options once you have a stack. So I'm just going to put that here on my hotbar, and you can select it using the mouse wheel to scroll around, or 1, 2, 3 to 9. Okay, so let's select this wood. Now it doesn't matter what I beat wood up with, as long as it's not a tool that's not meant for it. Okay, so if you just click on the wood, you won't break anything. So it's good. Well, you have to hold the left mouse button down. So I'm just gonna break this wood and get some more wood, because wood is pretty much the most vital part in Minecraft. If you don't have wood, you're screwed. So I completely destroyed this tree. The leaves are still here, but it seems that they're not touching any wood. They will start to despawn. Now here's a sheep. Now sheep are extremely important when you're first starting Minecraft. Now I don't know what this sheep is doing, but all you have to do is you have to kill sheep to get wool. So I'm just gonna jump as I beat it to do extra damage. Ah, come back. Ah. And the sheep's a pain. Okay, so I just collected the wool here, and you see these sparkling little orbs. These are experience, so they slowly come towards me, and I can collect them. Here is my experience bar, so you level up, and I'll get into more detail once we get further through the game. Here you have your health, where, well, it's your health, so if that hits 0, you're dead, and you respawn either the last place you slept, or at your default spawn point, which is for me, up on that tree. And here you have your hunger bars. Your hunger bar is how hungry your character is. When they hit 0, you'll start to lose health, and to keep your hunger bars up, you must eat meat or like bread or cake, but I'll get into more detail about that later. So right now, we're just going to kill 3 sheep so we can have enough wool to create a bed. And now this episode is almost over, so I'll just finish killing these sheep, and then I might be able to collect some more wood, but I doubt it. Okay, so I've killed this sheep, and as you can see, I'm now level 1, and I have 3 wool. Now I can move this wool around my inventory as well, and here's my wood. So, and if you right click on an even stack, you'll get an even amount, so that's, well, handy. And, okay, so this episode is over now, so join me next time when I get into actually crafting items. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this time. Megarant4 out.